Shabbat Shalom. Yep, I'm doing it again. I have not done. I have not done a reading in a long time. I mean, it's been a while. It's been months, right? I know. And I apologize for it, and I will go into a little bit of an explanation for the absence of these videos at the end of this one. If anybody's curious, I am sitting outside. It's fairly nice out, other than sitting right here in this broken vehicle in the sun. Because it's about I'd say just under 70 degrees outside right now. It's going to be 85 today. And it is the day of Sabbath, Saturday. I was intending on actually doing this yesterday, but it didn't happen. So I'm going to do it today just because I needed a little quiet time. Odd thing I found in my vehicle, in my back seat. It must have fallen out of my backpack because I know it was in my backpack. But odd thing I found in my back seat was 50 rounds of 9mm. Just randomly sitting in my back seat. And it reminded me of all those, the zombie movies you see where they just randomly get in somebody's vehicle or whatever place, a cabinet, a drawer, and there's just random ammunition sitting there. I mean, I guess it really is possible. All right, enough of that. As always, I am reading the scriptures. This is my smaller one because this is the one I grabbed. Well, it was the one that was already in the vehicle. I think I actually have, I have, let me see which one this is. Yeah, this one has my entire full name, which you probably already know on there, but this is my NIV. I keep several of these everywhere. I always have. This one I got, I'm going to tell you what year it was, I believe. Yeah, it was 1993 is when I got this, but, oh, no, I'm wrong. I read that wrong. That was when I was baptized. I got this Bible for Christmas in the year 1990. This one right here. It has my name embroidered on it, and yeah. Anyway, it was a gift from my parents. I have a lot of Bibles. I will do a how many different Bibles video I have soon. There's flies trying to get into my vehicle. This is going to be an odd reading, sitting in the vehicle. And I'm not going to brag about it, but I am drinking something you really shouldn't be drinking, and that is this crap. Yeah. Because it was the quickest means to caffeine this morning, and it just kind of happened. And yeah. All right. So we left off Exodus 27 right at 28. They are going over the instructions on how to build the tabernacle. And yeah, that's basically it. Moshe, depending on your translation, is the one getting the instructions from the Father himself on how to build the building here, the tabernacle. Tabernacle building. That's just the best way I'm going to do it. Anyway, as always, I'm going to butcher a lot of Hebrew names. I really hope you can hear me because I don't have any external microphones on me in this vehicle right now. I will take care of that sometime soon. So, anyway, getting right into it. Exodus 28. I don't know how much I'm going to get through today. Bear with me. All right, 28. And you bring near Aaron. This is the Father talking to Moshe right here. Bring Aaron, your brother, and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, for serving as priest to me. Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Maybe I got that right. The sons of Aaron. Here we are again, butchering names. So basically the Father's telling Moshe to let Aaron know that he's now the priest, and so are all his sons. Congratulations, good luck. I mean, this is a sink or swim kind of thing in my mind. It's like getting a job that you have absolutely no clue on how to do, and somebody's just like, there you go, do that job, and walks away. That's just how I picture this happening. But anyway, moving on, verse 2. And you shall make set-apart garments for Aaron your brother, for esteem, for comeliness. I'm going to have to look that word up. And you speak to all the wise of heart, whom I have filled with spirit of wisdom, and they shall make the garments of Aaron, to set him apart for him to serve as priest to me. Go away, fly. And these are the garments which they make: a breastplate, a shoulder garment, a robe, an embroidered long shirt, a turban, and a girdle. And they shall make set-apart garments for Aaron your brother and his sons, for him to serve as priests to me. And they shall take the gold, and the blue, and the purple, and the scarlet material, and the fine linen, and shall make the shoulder garment of gold, of blue, purple, and scarlet material, fine woven linen, the work of a skilled workman. They want, the best of the best here. It is to have 2 shoulder pieces joined at 2 edges, and it is joined together. And the embroidered band of the shoulder garment which is on it is of the same workmanship, made of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet material, and fine woven linen. And you shall take 2 shoham stones, and engrave them the names of the sons of Israel. Shoham stones, there's a lot of different... there's a good idea of what it is, but you'll have to look it up because I don't remember the name of it right offhand. Anyway, moving on. Verse 10. 6 of their names on one stone, and the remaining 6 names on the other stone, according to their birth, with the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet. Engrave the 2 stones with the names of the sons of Israel. Set them in settings of gold, and you shall put 2 stones on the shoulder pieces of the shoulder garment, as stones of remembrance for the sons of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before Yahweh on his 2 shoulders for a remembrance. And you shall make settings of gold, and 2 chains of clean gold like braided cords, and fasten the braided chains to the settings. In case I sound like I'm droning on like a robot, I apologize. I just find instruction manuals to be very boring. Sorry. Anyway, 15. And you shall make a breastplate of right ruling, a work of skilled workmen, like the work of the shoulder garment. Make it of gold, and of blue, and purple, and scarlet material, and fine woven linen. It is square, doubled, a span its length, and a span its width. And you shall put settings of stones in it 4 rows of stones. The first row is a ruby, a topaz, and an emerald. The second row is a turquoise, a sapphire, and a diamond. And the third row is a an agate, and an amethyst. I have no idea. Jacinth. Whatever. Jack. I can't even begin to say it. Words are escaping me. Anyway. And the fourth row is a beryl, and a shoham, and a jasper. They are set in gold settings, and the stones are according to the names of the sons of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engraving of a signet, each one with its own name for the 12 tribes. We are talking of the 12 tribes of Israel, in case you are unaware here. And yeah, go back channel if you don't remember where we left off, and yeah, just watch a couple of the older videos. I was reading the last chapter again before I started this one, just so I remembered where I was in this particular reading. My personal reading's still farther along than this. Now I just completely lost my place, and the stones are... There we go. 22. And you shall make braided chains of corded work for the breastplate at the end of clean gold. And you shall make 2 rings of gold for the breastplate, and shall put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. And you shall put the 2 cords of gold in 2 rings which are on the ends of the breastplate. And the other 2 ends of the 2 cords you fasten to the 2 settings, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the shoulder garment in the front. And you shall make 2 rings of gold, and shall put them on the 2 ends of the breastplate, on the edge of it which is on the inner side of the shoulder garment. Sorry if I'm just like speeding through this. It's instruction manual. I mean, sure, we're going to need it eventually, but we don't need it right now. And it's tedious to me, so yeah. So were the instructions when I was assembling a cabinet, and that's why it's crooked. But that's a whole different topic. Verse 27. And you shall make 2 rings of gold, and put them on the 2 shoulder pieces underneath the shoulder garment on the front of it, close to the seam above the embroidered band of the shoulder garment, and they bind the breastplate by means of its rings to the rings of the shoulder garment, using a blue cord, so that it is above the embroidered band of the shoulder garment, so the breastplate does not come loose from the shoulder garment. Reminds me of like giving instructions to a toddler. You have to repeat it 50 times, and it still don't get done right. I mean, why are they repeating it so many times? Yeah, it's just, I'm getting there. This stuff is making me thirstier. I've only drank about, 3 drinks out of this, and I don't really like it. I want caffeine. I need coffee, but it's hot out here. It wasn't hot out here. It's hot sitting here in this broken vehicle. Anyway, I'm procrastinating now because this is bothering me with the droning on. And Aaron, this is 29, by the way. And Aaron shall bear the names of the sons of Israel on the breastplate of right ruling over his heart when he goes into the set apart place for a remembrance before Yahweh continually. Now that is one of the most important lines here, in my opinion. It's explaining what he should do, right ruling over his heart. Right ruling over his heart. Now, I've gone into a little bit to right ruling and what it means, and I don't know. I just don't feel like giving commentary in this at all, so I'm just going to drone on. I apologize. And into the breastplate of right ruling you shall put the and the turban, and they shall be, what is it? A tummin. Tummin. And tummin. And they shall be on the heart of Aaron when he goes in before Yahweh. And Aaron shall bear the right ruling of the children of Israel on his heart before Yahweh continually. And you shall make the robe of the shoulder garment all of blue. And the opening for his head shall be in the middle of it. And a woven binding all around its opening, like the opening in a scaled armor, so that it does not tear. And on its hem you shall make, I have no idea. Pomegranates? Yeah, pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet material, all around its hem. And bells of gold between them all around. A golden bell and a pomegranate, that is actually what it says. A golden bell and a pomegranate on the hem of the robe all around. And it shall be upon Aaron to attend it, and its sound shall be heard when he goes into the set apart place before Yahweh when he comes out, so that he does not die. Okay, golden bell, yeah. So basically he's announcing himself before he goes in before the Father, so the Father doesn't like, who are you, Smite? No, I don't. That's my thought, but yeah. Yeah. No more commentary. Shut up and read. 36. And you shall make a plate of clean gold and engrave on it like the engraving of a signet, set apartness to Yahweh, holiness to Yahweh. And you shall put it on a blue cord, and it shall be on the turban. It is to be on the front of the turban, and it shall be on the forehead of Aaron, and Aaron shall bear the guilt of the set apart gifts which the children of Israel set apart in their set apart gifts. Yeah, I read that. And children of Israel set apart gifts, which the children of Israel set apart in their set apart gifts. Okay, that's a little confusing. And it shall always be on his forehead for acceptance for them before Yahweh. And you shall weave the long shirt of fine linen, and shall make the turban of, new page, of fine linen, and you shall make the girdle of woven work. And make long shirts for Aaron's sons, and you shall make the girdles for them, and you shall make turbans for them, for esteem and comeliness. And you shall put them on Aaron your brother, and on his sons with him, and shall anoint them, and shall ordain them, and shall set them apart, and they shall serve as priests to me. And make linen trousers for them to cover their nakedness, reaching from the waist to the thighs. And they shall be on Aaron and on his sons when they come into the tent of appointment. For when they come near the slaughter place to attend the set apart place, so that they do not bear crookedness and die, a law forever to him and to his seed after him. You might want to pay attention. When something ends with a law forever, I think it's worth a reread, at least 2-3 times a year. I want a little water in this vehicle. That's better. I've already had coffee, but yeah. 29. Shall we do 20? We should do 29. We're doing 29. All right. That's made up. I really want to get through all the instruction manuals, but it's like the whole rest of this book. Exodus, that is. And this is the task you shall do to them, to set them apart to serve me as priests. Now remember, this is still the Father talking to Moshe. Take 1 young bull and 2 rams, perfect ones, and unleavened bread and unleavened cakes mixed with oil, and unleavened wafers anointed with oil. Make these of wheat flour. And you shall put them in 1 basket, and bring them in the basket, along with the bull and the 2 rams. Then you shall bring Aaron and his sons to the door of the tent of appointment, and wash them with water. And you shall take garments, and shall put on Aaron the long shirt, and the robe of the shoulder garment, and the shoulder garment, and the breastplate, and shall gird him with the embroidered band of the shoulder garment, and shall put the turban on his head, and shall put the set apart sign of dedication on the turban, and shall take the anointing oil, and pour it on his head, and anoint him. And you shall bring his sons, and put long shirts on them, and shall gird them with girdles, Aaron and his son, and put the turbans on them. I need to slow down and talk. My brain's moving faster than my mouth sometimes, but I'm trying to read it slower because sometimes my mouth is outpacing my brain. It's a constant battle. Anyway, and shall gird them with girdles, Aaron and his sons, put the turbans on them, and the priesthood shall be theirs for an everlasting law. So you shall ordain Aaron and his sons, and you shall bring near the bull before the tent of appointment, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands on the head of the bull. And you shall slay the bull before Yahweh by the door of the tent of appointment, and take some of the blood of the bull, and put it on the horns of the slaughter place with your finger, and pour all the blood besides the base of the slaughter place. And you shall take all the fat that covers the entrails, and the appendages on the liver and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, and burn them on the slaughter place. So basically, the fat around the kidneys, the liver, places where fat would store bad content is my thought on that, because, fat stores what you eat, or in your liver and kidney cleans out. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. I'm not a doctor. But the flesh of the bull and his skin and its dung you shall burn with fire outside the camp. It is a sin offering. And take 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands on the head of the ram, and you shall slay the ram, and you shall take its blood and sprinkle it all around the slaughter place. And cut the ram in pieces, and wash its entrails and its legs, and place them upon its pieces and on its head. And you shall burn the entire ram, on the slaughter place. It is an ascending offering to Yahweh. It is a sweet fragrance, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. And you shall take the 2nd ram, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands on the head of the ram. And you shall slay the ram, and take some of its blood, and put it on the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and on the tip of the right ear of his sons, on the thumb of their right hand, and on the big toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood all around on the slaughter place. And you shall take some of the blood that is on the slaughter place, and some of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it on Aaron, on his garments, on his son, and on the garments of his sons with him. And he and his garments shall be set apart, and his sons and the garments of his sons with him. And you shall take the fat of the ram, and the fat tail, and the fat that covers the entrails, and the appendages on the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat on them, and the right thigh. It is for a ram of ordination. And 1 loaf of bread, and 1 cake made with oil, and 1 thin cake from the basket of the unleavened bread that is before Yahweh. And you shall put all these in the hands of Aaron, and in the hands of his sons, and you shall wave them, you shall wave them a wave offering before Yahweh. Pay attention, because a lot of these offerings we can't do because we don't have a temple, but you should still know how for when we do. There is a lot more explanation in this by people a lot smarter than I am. Find them. If you seek, you shall find. Then you shall take them from their hands and burn them on the slaughter place as an ascending offering, as a sweet fragrance before Yahweh. It is an offering made by fire to Yahweh. And you shall take the breast of the ram of Aaron's ordination and wave it, a wave offering before Yahweh, and it shall be your portion. And from the ram of ordination you shall set apart the breast of wave offering, which is waved, and the thigh of the contribution which is raised, of which is for Aaron, and that which is for his sons. And it shall be from the children of Israel for Aaron and his sons by the law forever, for it is a contribution, and it is a contribution from the children of Israel, from the slaughterings of their peace offerings, their contribution to Yahweh. And the set-apart garments of Aaron are for his sons after him, to be anointed in them, and to be ordained in them. The priest from his sons in his place puts them on for 7 days when he enters the tent of appointment to attend the set-apart place. And take the ram of ordination, and cook its flesh in a set-apart place. And Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram, and the bread that is in the basket by the door of the tent of appointment. Anybody else getting hungry? And they shall eat those offerings with which the atonement was made to ordain them. The smaller Bible is actually a lot harder for me to read. It keeps breaking the words apart, so yeah, I'm going to have to think about it more. But anyway, we're on 33 still. To ordain them, to set apart, but let a stranger not eat them, because they are set apart. They are set apart. And if any of the flesh of the ordination offering or of the bread be left over until morning, then you shall burn up what is left over. It is not eaten, because it is set apart. And you shall do to Aaron and his sons according to all I have commanded you. 7 days you shall ordain them, and prepare a bull each day as a sin offering for atonement. And you shall cleanse the slaughter place when you make atonement for it. And you shall atone it to set it apart. For 7 days you shall make atonement for the slaughter place, and set it apart. And the slaughter place shall be most set apart. Whatever touches the slaughter place is to be set apart. And this is what you prepare on the slaughter place: 2 lambs, a year old daily, 2 lambs, a year old daily, continually. So 2 lambs and a year old. If you know anything about sheep, once they reach 1 year old, they're not considered a lamb anymore. Same with goats. So yeah, when you look at lamb meat at a grocery store, it's typically less than a year old. And they usually, not all of them, but they let it at least 6 months, I think, is the proper way to do it. Sorry for background noise. I'm sitting outside. Door's open. It's hot. It's getting hot sitting here anyway. Where was I? Anyway. For 7 days you shall make atonement for the slaughter place, and it set apart, for the slaughter place shall be most set apart. Whatever touches the slaughter place is to be set apart. And this is what you prepare on the slaughter place: 2 lambs a year old, and you do it daily, continually. 39. Prepare the one lamb in the morning, and the other lamb you prepare between the evenings. And 1/10 of an ephah of flour, mixed with 1/4 of hin of pressed oil, and 1/4 of a hin of wine, as a drink offering with the lamb. Single engine flying over me. I want to fly it. 41. And prepare the other lamb between the evenings, and with it prepared the grain offering and drink offerings as in the morning, for a sweet fragrance and offering made by fire to Yahweh. A continual ascending offering for your generations at the door of the tent of appointment before Yahweh, where I shall meet with you to speak with you. And there I shall meet with the children of Israel, and it shall be set apart by my esteem. And I shall set apart the tent of appointment and the slaughter place, and Aaron and his sons I set apart to serve as priests to me. Me is always capitalized in this, in case you're not following along with the same book I am, because it is the Father speaking. 45. And I shall dwell in the midst of the children of Israel, and shall be their Elohim. Or is it Elohim? I think it's Elohim. And they shall know that I am Yahweh, their Elohim, who brought them up out of the land of Mitzrayim to dwell in their midst. I am Yahweh, their Elohim. And that has been chapter 30, and I'm going to go ahead and stop it there, because this is already running 30 minutes. I'm a little out of practice with my readings, as you can tell. My eye looks red in the camera for some reason. Maybe it's just the camera. I don't know. Anyway, I'm a little out of practice with my reading, as you can see, out loud. Typically when I read to myself, but out loud I'm a little out of practice. I haven't recorded a reading video in quite a while, and it has been requested. And just to go into a very quick explanation of my absence from doing so, I won't say it's a lack of faith in the Father that caused my absence. It was a lack of faith in people and in myself. So many bad things had been said about me over the last few months, and people just, condemning and judging and acting stupid, in my opinion. So much of that went on that I don't know, I needed just to step away from it completely altogether. I just needed to. It was bringing out a lot of anger. And I started to lash out in several videos. It did. It brought out a lot of anger, and I just needed to stop, or I was going to end up, just doing what they did to me, to them, in a more worse fashion. But it wasn't worth it. It still isn't worth it. Needless to say, in case you are wondering, I have not made the Patreon video. I actually have made the Patreon video 6 different times and deleted it all 6 times with the explanation. I'm just going to say it right here. I was charged with a crime. The person admitted their wrongdoing in this matter. 2.5 years later, that person was subpoenaed to a deposition where they told that to the prosecution. All charges were dismissed and dropped. The end. Story over. All the crap these people have said about me is not true. Whether you believe me or not, don't care. This is the only time I'm talking about it. I'm not going to make the Patreon video. That's that. I have seen a lot of people say a lot of things. Oh, watch, he's going to end up finding Jesus and blah, blah, blah on his channel and be bigger than all of us. And, people have said things like this. The history of my channel involves this. It's always been there. But anyway, Shabbat Shalom. This has been James. Thank you guys for being here and for your encouragement to continue. It does mean a lot. So, see you next time.